taking the step you cannot see under a different king. The house is quiet. The decision has been circling for days now, maybe weeks. It sits on the kitchen table in the form of an email that has not yet been sent, a conversation that has not yet been started, a line that has not yet been crossed. We know what obedience looks like. We just don't know where it will lead. And if we are honest, that unsettles us. Not because we want another king, not because we doubt his goodness, but because we cannot see the destination. We have loved enemies. We have refused retaliation. We have chosen integrity over image. We have given when there was little left. We have worshiped in silence. But this feels different. This feels like stepping without sight. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet question surfaces. Shouldn't mature faith feel more certain than this? Long ago, another man stood at a threshold. He did not grow up knowing the Lord. Joshua later reminds Israel that Abraham's father served other gods. This was not inherited clarity. This was interruption. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you." Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Notice what is missing. There is no map, no coordinates, no timeline. I will show you. The showing would come after the going. Abraham had enough revelation to move, but not enough to eliminate apprehension. Sarah gathered what they could carry. The familiar would soon be behind them. Whatever questions she held, she may have held them while walking. They stepped, not knowing, and he believed the Lord, and he counted it to him as righteousness. Genesis chapter 15, verse 6. Believed, not because he saw the end, not because he understood every turn, but because he trusted the one who spoke. Over a lifetime, God revealed himself to Abraham through famine, through delay, through covenant, through failure, through promise, through waiting. Abraham stumbled. He tried to help God. He misjudged. He feared. Yet Scripture remembers him this way. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go, and he went out, not knowing where he was going. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 8. Not knowing did not disqualify his faith. It defined the terrain of it. We often think the goal of faith is clarity, but under this king, the goal is loyalty. Jesus does not often shine a light on the full destination. He says, "Follow me." Matthew chapter 4, verse 19. The fishermen did not receive itineraries. They received a person. We do not learn to trust the substance that lives in the unknown. We learn to trust the one who governs where our feet land when we step into it. The unknown itself is not what steadies us. His character does. And here is the quiet revelation at the end of this road. We have been learning his character all along. When we loved enemies, we saw his mercy. When we turned the other cheek, we saw his strength without retaliation. When we chose servanthood, we saw his humility. When we sought the kingdom first, we saw his provision. When we chose integrity, we saw his wholeness. When we gave in scarcity, we saw his generosity. When we worshiped in silence, we saw his steadfastness. Every post in this series has been revealing who this king is. The one who calls us to follow is the one who walked toward a cross without visible vindication. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Not because God delights in fog, but because pistis, loyal trust, keeps us near him. Abraham did not trust the desert. He trusted the God who called him into it. We do not trust the unknown future. We trust the risen king who reigns over it. And here is what we begin to see, looking back over this road. Living under a different king is not futile. The obedience that felt small has been forming us. The unseen choices have been shaping us. The quiet loyalty has not disappeared into thin air. God revealed himself to Abraham over a lifetime. He formed a man who could lift his eyes to heaven and believe promise over sight. The same king is forming us. So the email still waits. The conversation still looms. The step is still unclear. But we remember who he is. And after remembering, we move. Not because the fog lifted, but because the king is trustworthy. As this series closes, perhaps the final question is not, can we see where this leads? Perhaps it is this. Will we stay under his reign when the path is not fully lit? If this is your first step with us or your 1,000th, take a moment today to reflect. Where is the next faithful step waiting, even without clarity? Where do we feel unsettled simply because we cannot see? And what might change if we shift our focus from the destination to the king? If you are willing, share your thoughts or questions in the comments so we can continue walking this road together under a different king.